good evening. Yeah. I'm Siddharth Sridhar, a PhD candidate in aerospace engineering, and I'm the president of the graduate student government. Firstly, I congratulate you all for choosing UC to further your goals and ambitions. Please give yourselves a big round of applause, and I welcome you to the amazing Bearcat family. Without further delay, I would like to introduce Dr. Christy Nelson to welcome you all. Dr. Nelson serves as the Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, providing oversight and strategic direction for the UC's nearly 45,000 students and 4,200 faculty from 13 academic colleges, the Grad School, and a collection of state-of-the-art university libraries. As the university's Chief Academic Officer, Nelson oversees the human and fiscal resources that fuel UC's academic and research mission with assistance from the academic deans and provost senior staff, while also supporting various aspects of faculty and student success.
Thanks very much, Sid, for that warm welcome. And just let me send warm greetings to all of you, each and every one of you out there. I am amazed at this room. It is like a packed house. And you really should congratulate yourselves for coming to the University of Cincinnati and choosing the University of Cincinnati for your graduate studies. So on behalf of the Provost's office, the President's office, let me just really extend a warm welcome to you. We are going to have a record enrollment at the University of Cincinnati this fall. We are going to be over 46,000 students. That puts us up there as one of the largest urban public universities in the country. And we are very proud of that. But accompanying that position as an urban public university is also our standing as a Research One university, which puts us in the top group of research universities across the country. For us, this is a very critical part of the work we do here at the University of Cincinnati and our mission and our commitment to an outstanding graduate education for our students is part of that. So I promise you that we are going to do everything we can here at the University of Cincinnati to provide you with an outstanding graduate education. And thus we are so pleased that you chose to come here to pursue your graduate studies. You are going to have the opportunity to work with some of our very best faculty. You are going to have the opportunity to engage in creative work, research projects, or other kind of projects that are going to help you advance your studies, as well as to position you well for work once you graduate from the university. So let me just give you a few words of advice. You know, going to graduate school is a little different than being an undergraduate. And even though I did that many, many years ago, I do recall that the transition was just different. As an undergraduate, you really interface and intersect and interact with a broad range of students across the colleges, across many disciplines. Your classes are filled with many different kinds of students. But what I found is that when I became a graduate student, you tend to be very sort of isolated in your own discipline, in your own major. And sometimes that can be a little isolating. So my advice to you is, yes, study hard, go to classes, do your homework, write your research papers, but take advantage of the many opportunities we have here at the university to get engaged outside of your immediate discipline. And I think you will find that your graduate studies and your time here at the University of Cincinnati will be much more rewarding if you sort of reach out, meet somebody different than yourselves, engage in some activities that get you just out of your lab or out of the library or away from that project that you are working on. I think our graduate student government is really a wonderful place where you might start in terms of meeting other students and getting engaged in some activities. So we have a wealth of things to do here at the University of Cincinnati, but we also live in a very vibrant city. We have cultural activities, we have wonderful museums, we have performing opportunities, we have great sports teams. So take your pick. But anyway, take advantage to also get acquainted with our very wonderful city of Cincinnati. But let me just, again, say welcome to the University of Cincinnati, welcome to our city. It is a very exciting time for us here. We are so pleased that you are joining us. I wish you every good success in your studies, and I hope to see you in a couple years walking across the stage, shaking your hand, and congratulating you on receiving your degree here. So again, good luck, best wishes, and I look forward to seeing more of you in the coming year.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Amshi Kore, and I'm the campus ambassador for the Graduate Student Government, and I'm super delighted to be here with all of you. And let me now begin by thanking Dr. Nelson. Thank you, Dr. Nelson, for talking to the graduate student family here. We're really excited to hear about all the initiatives and everything you've planned for us. And once again, on behalf of the Graduate Student Government, we thank you. I'm now pleased to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Marshall Montrose, Dean of the Graduate School at the University of Cincinnati. Prior to joining the graduate school as Vice Provost and Dean in 2014, Dr. Montrose served as the Chair of the Department of Molecular and Cellular Physiology and Interim Chair of the Department of Pharmacology and Cell Biophysics in the College of Medicine. Dr. Montrose's past experience in graduate education is largely centered in fostering multidisciplinary training. Dr. Montrose's background is in biomedical research, and he helped develop a graduate program at Johns Hopkins in molecular medicine, which was an early attempt to span the clinical and research spectrum in graduate training. At the University of Cincinnati, Dr. Montrose led educational grants that supply state dollars to help a variety of STEM graduate programs that expand the scope of their training to be truly interdisciplinary. In person, Dean Montrose is a fascinating person, and we are all in for a treat today. Please join me in welcoming Dean Montrose.
Okay, well, it's great to be fascinating. Thank you. I barely recognize myself in that description, actually, but it was very kindly meant. Thank you very much. I sound really STEMmy in that, don't I? I've got all sorts of science tucked in there. And probably a number of you are not in the science field. I will tell you that leading the graduate school has been so much fun in part because of learning about the fantastic diversity of the things we do here at the university. And I'd like to welcome all of you into that diverse set of fields and peoples and the community that it involves. It's really a worthwhile and exciting place to be. So it's fantastic that you're all here. And in fact, maybe I should start off by asking you if you even realized when you first started this that there was such a thing as a graduate school. Because you folks didn't apply to the graduate school in your minds, you applied to a program. And so you're all part of engineering or business. The grad school is a group of us that look out for all the programs. We're worried about all of you. And sort of as collective souls, if you will, trying to help you through the various things that you need to do in your programs, and helping guide the programs and helping them strengthen, because everybody does something really well, and not all of us are paying attention to what somebody else is doing well. That's human nature. And so it's good to have a group that can look out for all of you and figure out really what's the best way to tackle a problem. And so it's really a fun job, as I just described at the beginning, because I get to look out over all of you, and whether it's art or science or literature or business, it ends up being a really fun learning experience for me, and I think also it should be for you, as you heard from Provost Nelson. Talk around, make some friends outside of that little local group that you're going to tend to hang with a lot. It really is good experience for the world in general, but boy, it's a great broadening experience. Now, One of the things I'd like to do actually is also ask, just to try and figure out what the diversity is we have here in the room of who's now stepping into grad school. Bear with me for just a minute. Could you raise your hand if this really is your first time in grad school? Okay, that pretty much got the room up. Now keep them up, keep them up. Now, take your hand, and I want you to keep your hand up if this is your first time in Cincinnati. Okay, like 5 hands went down. First time in Ohio. Okay, a few people come from other cities, welcome. First time in the United States. Okay, lots of hands staying up. So, thank you, you can relax now. Thank you, you're very tolerant of me. That is to say that a lot of people in this room and throughout the university have a lot to adjust to. You're not just adjusting to graduate school, but it's a new city, state, and country. So that I understand that there's a lot to get used to. I was also did part of my training overseas in Europe. And when you live in another country, there's a very strong tendency to feel like you love it at certain points and then hate it at certain points. It will be a bit of a roller coaster ride because it's not the same as what you're used to. And that's also the same if you just come to another city. Cities have personality. It actually does happen. And so you're going to feel like you're on this roller coaster ride a little bit. Please hang on for the ride because it really is worth it. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of virtue in anything new. And this is all about new experiences for all of you. But please do realize you're adapting to a wide variety of new things, not just the fun of being at the university. In fact, I'm pretty sure most of you have the same feeling I did when I started graduate school, which is that wonderful combination of fear and excitement as you're starting something new. That is a wonderful pair of feelings to have, and I hope you experience it, because it means you're doing something ambitious that you haven't done before, and that's what graduate school is all about. And you're going to find also that a lot of you have different experiences in store for you. Some of you will be doing, as Provost Nelson said, a research project that may result in having to write up something absolutely horrific, like a few hundred pages of what you did as part of this research. Some of you will be doing culminating experiences, a capstone experience that's also challenging. In all these situations, your graduate education will take you to have an experience where really you are ultimately in charge. And I would use those words to describe your graduate experience. The goal is for you to put your stamp on it. You get a chance to do something other than that sort of treadmill that tends to happen in the undergraduate world. It branches out. There are things that you won't see coming, and experiences that will, I hope, take you places that you've never been before in terms of what you know and what you don't know. It's a really wonderful experience, and I hope you all get that combination of fear and excitement about undertaking something new. It really is a lot of fun, and I want you to live with that. Now, all of you also do have commonalities here. As I said, there is going to be something where you've really got to synthesize something at the end, whether it's in a capstone experience or that hideous, long dissertation that you have to write. It's not really hideous, you will survive it, don't worry about that. And you will learn a lot by doing it, that's the whole point. But the commonality is it's really up to you. And that's the advice I would give you to supplement the wonderful advice you got from Provost Nelson. You really need to take on board that you're the responsible one. You will get guidance. We're happy to offer you as much help as we can. But you're the one that has to think about it. You're the one that has to pull it together and come up with that unique new product that's all you. You have lots of friends around the room that can help you with it, but ultimately it's going to come down to you. And that's also related to the responsibility of watching your graduate education. Every one of you is in a program that has a little instruction booklet called the Graduate Handbook. Take a look at it. It tells you the things you need to do. It may even give you the order in which you need to do things. It's a nice little rule book and set of guideposts to help you through the process of graduate education. And this goes on for years, right? Most of these are not most of you will not be done by the end of this semester. Let's just put it that way. And so it will take your effort and your thought to pull it all together and pull yourself through. And that's a really good thing. So I hope you will enjoy it as you go through. The complement to the fear and excitement is the fun and work. And it should be both. The goal of this is to be engaged with something you love, something that you can feel as a challenge and as an enjoyment as you work through it. It shouldn't be easy as part of the point of graduate education. You're no longer getting things that are coming straight out of the textbooks. There will be things where you really have to synthesize it. It's real-world experiences. It's trying to deal with becoming a professional and the knowledge base and intuition that takes. It's a wonderful process. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. And I want to also reiterate the piece of information that you got and advice you got from Provost Nelson about community. The graduate student government is a really good nucleus for you to work with. You may not know yet that that umbrella organization over the university, much like the grad school, has small groups with each of your programs. There's an opportunity within your program for you to show leadership if you want to join that group, or to simply go to them for advice, because those are the leaders in your particular program. It's a great opportunity to build community, to learn how things work, and to just figure it out all told. I think you got some really great advice that I won't repeat from Provost Nelson about enjoy this community. I mean, does anyone here like music and theater? So we've got this fantastic music school, and there are frequent, cheap, excellent performances that come even within the grounds of the university. They're really professional quality because they, like you, are working to become professionals. So it's quite remarkable what can happen, even right on campus, for something you wouldn't expect, like the arts and literature and the opportunity to see theater and hear music. So you don't have to go too far. And you probably won't have a ton of time, but when you do have time, you can just sneak out to the other side of campus. I think that's really a fantastic way to enjoy yourself. And so in closing, that is my wish for you. I want you to enjoy yourself and work hard. So the fun and work piece, please consciously balance it, because what we want out of you is to be healthy, happy, and to achieve. And I know you can do it. We wouldn't have you here and wouldn't have accepted you into the programs if we didn't think you could do it. So hang in there. There will be times where it's frustrating because you're doing things you don't know about yet, but that's okay. It'll all work out in the end. And I hope you have a fantastic time. Everybody, welcome to the University of Cincinnati. Have a fantastic time. Enjoy your graduate education. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Montrose, for sharing your thoughts. The grad student government is very excited about all the new initiatives that are being put up by the grad school for all of us. And once again, on behalf of the entire grad student government, thanks a lot, Dean Montrose. So I would now like to introduce the graduate student government to you and how it can be a resource to you. Let me first talk about who we are. The grad student government, or GSG, the way we like to call it, represents more than 10,000 plus grad students at UC. It's run by the students, for the students. So we liaison between the grad student community and the senior administration, representing your interests and priorities. As a grad student, you are a part of the government too. You will be a part of the Departmental Graduate Student Association, as Dean Montrose just spoke about it, and your GSA officers will represent you in the Grad Student Government General Assembly, bringing your issues to the table and voting on your behalf. 4 elected officers of the GSG, like Vamshi, Mohan, Abby, and myself, represent you in the university meetings and committees. You're of course welcome to talk to any of us regarding any issue you might be facing at grad school or any idea you might have for the graduate community to enhance grad life experience here at UC. The The GSG primarily focuses on three things: advocating for you, promoting academic excellence, and community building. In advocating for you, we represent your interests and priorities to various officers and persons in the university administration. Our focuses change each year and as issues come up, but over the past few years, we have worked on having better transportation services at UC, championed the cause of more scholarships for grad students, and organized professional development workshops. We recognized the challenge of mental health issues, especially amongst grad students. And we work with CAPS and other stakeholders to make sure that grad students are aware of all these mental health issues, and we conducted a lot of workshops for them as well. Last year, we actually worked with the grad school to ensure that the health insurance subsidy for all grad assistants remain the same. This year, we are already in talks with the administration regarding graduate assistant stipends. We are working with colleges and peer institutions to ensure that our stipends are competitive and sufficient. Mental health, of course, is an ongoing priority. We are also working to provide collaborative and accessible working spaces on campus, which are open for you all. If something comes up, please bring it to us, either yourself or your GSA officer, or just attend one of the GSG meetings. So the other thing which we focus on is excellence. We promote academic excellence at UC by awarding several awards and fellowships. We provide funding for grad students to attend or present at conferences and research fellowships with the support of grad school and the Office of Research to aid you in your research. We recognize the achievements of our peers through excellence awards and the prestigious Presidential Medal of Grad Student Excellence. We recognize these students during our annual Spring Ball event. The other biggest thing which GSG does is community building. We care a lot about our Bearcat community over here and the Bearcat family over here. With generous support from the Provost's office, we organize several social and professional networking events throughout the year. Some of our fun events include the Thanksgiving dinner, the Halloween party, the Spring Ball, some of our sporting competitions, and other smaller events in local venues. Stay tuned using our social media handles to know what's going on around campus. So having said all this, how can you get involved with us? For start, you can start attending all our events. Thanks a lot for showing up today. You can get involved by attending your departmental GSA meetings. And if you're interested, along with the departmental GSA officer, you can attend our GSG meetings, which happen once every month. But lastly, and most importantly, you need to be a voice. You need to serve as a voice at UC. If you know of any issues or if you're facing any issues, please speak up. If you don't speak up, we'll not know what's going on around campus. So to learn more about our events or to contact us, these are our social media handles. Please take out your smartphones now and start following us. I would say this would be the first place for you to get to know about GSG and all our events. Please take out your phones. Yeah. Come on, everyone has smartphones, right? Give you like 30 more seconds. Okay, thank you, and I wish you the very best in your graduate career at UC. For the next part of the program, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the next guest, Dean Cummins. He is the Assistant Dean of Students at the University of Cincinnati. Dean Cummins has over 30 years of professional and higher educational experience, including positions in residence life, housing, judicial affairs, and student affairs. He has served in leadership roles with various professional organizations, including the American College Personnel Association and the Association for Student Judicial Affairs. Dean Cummins was recently appointed to the Advisory Council to the Hamilton County Strategic Prevention Framework, which strives to reduce alcohol and drug abuse through their educational efforts and strategic marketing. In person, Dean Cummins is a fantastic person. He is a great ally for students. His knowledge of the history of UC is unparalleled. So he's put together, along with us, a trivia for you guys. So it's going to be a little fun event now. And now I welcome Dean Cummins. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Welcome, graduate students. And as I was introduced, my name is Daniel Cummins, and I serve as your Assistant Dean of Students here at the University of Cincinnati. And in your research of selecting this fine institution to be your graduate journey, I'm sure you're going to know all the answers to these trivia questions that I want to pose to you. These are just some facts about our institution, and I want to just introduce them to you. And I want you to not only participate in the program. Oh, we got a little music for me going on here, okay? But take note of them, because I want you to carry them not only into your graduate journey, but also carry them on through the rest of your life. So we're going to play a little game here. It's going to be queued up, and what I want everybody to do is take your smartphone out. Has anybody participated in a program called Kahoot? Okay, great. I'm glad that you have. I have not. I have no idea how this works. And so for us who have not participated, we're going to do this together. So basically, sign in to Kahoot. There's the address and PIN number. And we'll give you about another 30 seconds or so. Everybody should participate in it. This is really a lot of fun. So pull out your smartphone, pull out your dumb phone, pull out the other phone, and just participate in this. And let's have a little bit of fun for the next 45 minutes. It's not going to be 45 minutes. I just say 4 to 5 minutes, not 4 to 5 minutes. Only one away?
I put my
Oh my God.
Alright, y'all, am I ready? Alright. If you're sitting in your chair trying to decide, should I do this or not, you got about 30 more seconds to decide. And someone sitting next to that person trying to decide, give them a little nudge on them, a little elbow, or help them out a little bit. Tell them to participate in this. So much for 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? All right. Well, there was some excitement there. All right. So if we done it, it's like a little factor on there. All right. The question is, where are the two stone lions made outside of McNichol Hall? All right. So 86% think that's Mick and Mac.
That's right.
The names of the two lions outside of McNichol Hall is just that, Mick and Mac. Emily was with the quick answer. Where's Emily at? Emily. All right, prime time player. Emily, quick answer. All right, we'll move on to question number 2. We're in TUC, and the clock on top of TUC was constructed in what year? 1819, 1937, 1961, 1979. All right. And the answer is 1937. Who was the quick one? Emily Okay, Emily. Did you hack my smartphone and got all the answers to this? Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. This UC Law School graduate is the only person to serve both U.S. President and Chief Justice. There are Joe Steger, William Howard Taft, Thurgood Marshall, and John Tangeman. 5 seconds. And the answer is actually William Howard Taft. All right, who was the quick figure on that one?
Who is this Emily? Girl, stand up.
All right, Emily. All right, here we go. In what year was the UC Cooperative Education Co-op program launched? We are the home of co-op. In what year was it launched? 1819, 1906, 1919, or 1932? 5 seconds. And the answer is 1906. And who was the quick? Andy done creeped in. Okay, Andy. Emily's right behind you though, for real. Okay, here we go. Next question. Who is the current president of the University of Cincinnati? Is it Deborah Merchant, Neville Pinto, Greg Williams, or Daniel Cummings? All right, 5 seconds. All right, for the 73, I don't worry about y'all right now. I just want you to know something. I feel the love, but I worry about you. The real answer is Neville Pinto, Dr. Neville Pinto. Who was the quick thumbs on that one? Andy, once again. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, we're really getting serious with this competition here. Okay, moving on to the next question.
I am right.
In what year was the University of Cincinnati established? In what year was the University of Cincinnati established? 1774, 1819, 1907, or 1934? 5 seconds. And the answer is 1819. We are celebrating our 200 years. And a quick, Andy. Oh, look at Andy got a little flame with 6 correct answers in a row. All right, okay. All right, next question. What is the motto of the University of Cincinnati? Bearcats together can change the world. There is no one better than a Bearcat. Strength and unity, seek the highest, preparing citizens to change the world.
That's what happened to me. I had to sing Russian and then I wanted to make a sing Russian.
And how do we show up?
I'm in 6th place.
And the correct answer is strength and unity and seek the highest. All right, Andy. Andy, yeah, still there. Abby right behind him. Look, Abby that came up with 5 straight answers. Good job, y'all. All right, who's next? What's the next question? What widely used drug did George Riebersol, a faculty researcher at UC, discover? Benadryl, Listerine, Contact, Bacteria.
Is it really?
And the answer is Benadryl. All right. Andy's still running strong. Alex is making the a comeback with 3 in a row. Okay, fair enough. Next question is, which UC athlete is not in their sport Hall of Fame? Sandy Koufax, Miller Huggins, Oscar Robinson, or Sean Kilpatrick? All of these are UC grads. All of them are UC grads.
Which is like you should have done this. Oh my god.
And the answer is Sean Kilpatrick is not in the Hall of Fame. All right. Andy's still in the lead. 10 players have reached answer streak 5 in a row. That's impressive. All right, next question is, which UC graduate and faculty was a famous United States astronaut? John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, Sally Ride, or John McMicken?
I only knew this because my dad Armstrong. What you got Armstrong?
I did Armstrong.
Oh, I thought you said
5 seconds.
I only know this about Armstrong because my dad said over there, and I was like, no.
Neil Armstrong is the answer. All right, how are we doing this one? Angie's still there. Abby coming in at a close second. 14 players have reached answer streak of 3 in a row. Okay, I think we're down to 2 more questions. UC medical researcher Albert Sabin helped save thousands of lives around the world with what accomplishment? Development of an oral polio vaccine, discovery of penicillin, invention of the first heart defibrillator, leader of the fight against smallpox.
It's one of the first 2.
3 seconds. Development of oral polio vaccine.
Oh wait, I got it wrong. What the hell?
All right, and who came up with the quick flip thumbs on this answer? L. You know, so cool. He or she has just L. You know, just call me L. All right, L. Way to go. All right, last question.
It's a
What was UC's total enrollment during the 2018-19 academic year? 47,342, 45,949, 43,210, or 41,819? And the answer is 45,949. That was last year. We have now passed the 46,000 mark, and we're still growing. So that is a little information about your institution, our community, and so I want you to take these thoughts, this history with you into the academic year and move forward into your life. Give yourselves a round of applause. Who was the winner here? There you go, Nina. Elle goes behind, and Andy in the 3rd place. Congratulations to the 3 of you, and congratulations to all of you. And participate. Thank you very much for participating. Now, I was asked why I don't know, but I am not ashamed of a microphone, so I'll come up the bat for GSG to introduce to you our alma mater song. This is a song that you should learn. This is a song that we sing often in various environments, and this is a song that you should participate in proudly as a Bearcat. And so I have been known to sing poorly. I will not disappoint you tonight, but I am going to sing proudly our alma mater, and I want for those who are not familiar to become familiar. I'm going to, I guess, sing it by myself. It was no. Yeah, there we go. So your GSD president and I will sing it. The grad team should come up here and sing it with us too. The grad team, yeah. The grad team, yeah. There we go. And since this is such a community as Bearcats, we always link up and sing it together. And we sort of just put our arms around each other.
You can have this.
Huh? Do I have what? Okay, who's in here? Who knows the alma mater? So it's going to be kind of hard to sing it if you don't know it, but that's okay.
This is going to go bad.
This is going to go badly, but it's going to go badly, goodly, in a great way. We're going to make it work. So nonetheless, the words are on the screen, and for us who are not so familiar, let's move down this way. The words are here on my smartphone. You know? I know most of it. I know it all. So, but we're going to sing it together. All right? All right? Now, what we're going to do is, this is what we do. We'll sing it as Bearcats, and then we'll sing it a second time, and we'll invite you to stand up and join in. How's that? Will that work? Yeah, I like it. I appreciate y'all. All right.
And now they've also got the video in the back. Is that going to go the second time?
And the video is going to go...
Or first time?
Yes.
Good, that'll distract people from our bad singing.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Certainly feel free to take out your smartphone, dumb phone, and videotape this and make it go wild. Everybody got the phone out already. All right, here we go. Oh, Cincinnati, magic name, I proudly to the world proclaim. No sweeter word has charmed my ear. Now to my heart was there so dear. A fountain of eternal youth, a tower of strength, a rock of truth. Oh, varsity, dear varsity, thy children we will be. To the Bearcat family, stand up, and we're going to do this together, and we're going to sing it together. All right? And the words are going to be
Is that the melody?
all right?
I could not.
Say it again. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're ready. They're pitched? All right, fair enough. All right, here we go. All right, where's going to be behind us? Oh, Cincinnati, magic name, I proudly to the world proclaim. No sweeter word and charm my ear than to my heart is dear, so dear.
Then you have to do the real song. You ready for the real song?
I'm ready for the real song.
The one that's fun.
The one that's fun?
I get it right? Okay.
Oh, down the drive. Oh, oh. You see? What? All right, so that is called Down the Drive, and that is our cheer song. All right? Dr. Mack is going to do that again for us. And catch the, I want you to catch the beat. Okay? Here we go again. Sit and stay. I'll do it with you. Here we go. You want me to do it by myself? No. I'm never leaving. UC. All right? Y'all got the beat, y'all got the rhythm, y'all got the oh down. Stand up, and let's do this as the very nation. All right? So where this works, you go oh to the right, oh to the left, oh to the center, and then UC. All right? Clap, 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 UC. All right? Here we go. On three. 1, 2, 3, oh!
Okay, let's give a big round of applause to the incomings. Did you guys enjoy that? I need more cheer. Please be loud. Did you guys enjoy that? Awesome. So for the next part of the presentation, I would like to invite and introduce a grad student, Elena Vicic, who shall share her grad life experience with all of us. Elena is a 4th-year PhD student in the Department of Political Science. She is Isabel and Mary Neff Fellow for Outstanding Women in College of Arts and Sciences. Her dissertation focuses on examining state behavior in cyberspace that is short of traditional warfare. That sounds really exciting. Last year, Elena served as the president of the grad student government. During her tenure, she was committed to promote community building and values of academic excellence, diversity and inclusion. She started many initiatives, including the GST Charity Springboard, the GST Mental Health Awareness Program, to just name a couple. One of her long-year initiatives was the event today, which is happening today. This is actually Elena's baby, I would say, which the current GST team, I think, carried it out perfectly. I welcome Elena, a very dear friend. Please come on stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Seth. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me here tonight. It's a pleasure to see this event happen after a year of work, and I would also like to thank the representatives of the graduate school for being here. And welcome, students. We are all so excited to have you here joining us and our graduate community at the University of Cincinnati. As Ted said, my name is Jelena Vicic. I've been asked to talk to you about joining UC, about my experience being the graduate student here, about how I got here, and about my service on campus. As I'm the only thing standing between you and the appetizers, I'll try to keep this short. What to say about being a graduate student at the University of Cincinnati? First of all, I'm a PhD student in the Department of Political Science. Oh, thanks. We are a lovely bunch located in the Crossley Tower. It's the building with most character on campus. You can take my word for it. It's also a building that looks somewhat like Shrek's tower from the Shrek movie, so you won't miss it. Anyways, you're welcome to visit. And as a matter of fact, I'd encourage you to explore UC campus. It has a beautiful and eclectic architecture, so go see it. And look at what is written on plaques that are placed around campus. Those tell an interesting history of this place and the city of Cincinnati. To me, my department and also the University of Cincinnati have always represented a place that welcomed me warmly and gave me opportunities for personal growth. My UC story started before I came to the United States. It started while I was studying as an international student at the Diplomatic Academy of Vienna in Austria. At the time, I took a course in cybersecurity, politics, and strategy, and I fell in love with this topic. Back then, I was very passionate about privacy issues and about norms for cyberspace. I wanted to write my master thesis in the field of cybersecurity and politics. But unfortunately, the professor that was teaching it there was a Fulbright scholar, which meant that he would spend only one semester in Vienna, which was not long enough to supervise a master thesis. As it turned out, he is now supervising my PhD dissertation here at UC. And that was certainly not an accident. UC welcomed me with open arms as a graduate student. Right now, a few of us in the Department of Political Science are doing some really exciting research in the field of cybersecurity. And I'm thrilled to be part of that team. But my UC story is broader than my immediate research interests. To me, the University of Cincinnati is also a place that gave me an opportunity to give back and serve the community. I'm the type of person who enjoys being involved in community life, and since my first year here, I found ways to contribute. Most importantly, last year I served as the president of the Graduate Student Government. Back then, we were called Graduate Student Governance Association, which was a mouthful, so we changed the name. Throughout the year, I led a team of people who were as passionate as I am about an advocate for graduate students and passionate about improving the graduate student experience on campus. And we did many things together. We organized countless events. We attended countless meetings. We fundraised for graduate student research and for charity. Sid mentioned a couple of initiatives that are very close to my heart: the GSGA Charity Spring Ball and the Mental Health Initiative. But there are many, many others. You can learn about them from the GSGA website. Regarding bringing new ideas to campus, those new ideas were always meant to be solutions to existing problems or inspired by fulfilling an existing need. Part of doing that work also includes doing work that other people simply won't do. Work that is sometimes tedious and sometimes takes a long time to come to fruition. But once it does, it's always fulfilling. Throughout my tenure, I was always focused on community building, first and foremost. In my view, PhD should not be a lonely experience, although sometimes it needs to be such. We, as people who are professional students by trade, should create and be part of vibrant scholarly and campus community. For we learn not only from our class discussions or by staring at our computer screens, looking at our readings and writing our papers, but we also learn from one another. We learn from our differences, from our different approaches to life, from our different approaches to problem solving. And the path is not always smooth. Hence, while we are here, we don't only need our department, but we need a broader community to have a holistic educational experience and to keep happy and sane. Community building was part of the aspiration for organizing this very event that we are all attending. So finally, my experience at UC is an experience of someone who is also an international student, with all its joys of experiencing a new country, a new culture, but also with its own trials and tribulations. I can talk more about those during the networking session upon request. Know that the Graduate Student Government is your ally. Know that all the offices on campus that you learned about today and the administrators that you've met are here to make those trials and tribulations a little less turbulent. Do ask questions, do reach out, do pursue your passions and be active on campus. You have an institution here and people who will always welcome and support student initiatives. So be active, be bold, and be kind to one another. So with that, I will finish. Thank you, welcome to UC, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, I, Vamshi Krishna, on behalf of the Graduate Student Government, would like to thank you all for coming here today. Thank you, Yelena, for sharing your experiences and teaching us how to make your experience at UC a truly worthwhile and fulfilling experience. Thank you. Thank you, Dean Cummins, for bringing the house down here. You put on a wonderful show. Thank you so much. Further, we're grateful to Dean Montrose for gracing us with your presence and telling us all about your experiences in grad school and how we need to go about it. We're also thankful to Dr. Nelson for sharing her experiences, and we're really looking forward to all the initiatives that she has planned for all of us. We also acknowledge our gratitude to the Division of Student Affairs, the Graduate School, the Office of Student Activities and Leadership Development, the UC Bicentennial Committee, the President's Office for their enormous cooperation in the organization of this event, who helped us put together this wonderful event for all of us. Additionally, I would also like to thank all of the volunteers who put in their valuable time and helped us put together this event for all of you. Finally, I have one more announcement to make. We have feedback forms. If you can look at some of the e-clip holders up there, we have a QR code with feedback. As always, the Graduate Student Government welcomes your feedback. We value your feedback, and we would like to know how we did today, and we would like to improve upon this experience as well. And for the winner of the Kahoot game, please show up to our office at 683 Steger. We have a special prize for you. And finally, I would like to thank all of you again for coming here. At this time, we will now open for food. At the back, we have 2 rows of tables serving vegetarian and non-vegetarian options. If you have any allergies, please be sure to ask the people serving food. Thank you for your cooperation and patience in this regard. We will have volunteers who will be helping you assist. At this moment, we'll have the first 2 tables leave for food, and then we'll proceed with the rest of the tables. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening today.